We are live and I'm starting the webinar and also I'll start introducing you. To accomplish great things, we must not only act but also dream, not only plan but also believe. I feel grateful every day, even in the darkest of days, to be able to speak and be heard, to be able to leverage whatever I have to help others get heard, to challenge people and ask questions. The Globethics dream of having a society completely based on ethics will turn into a reality one day, and we have joined here to celebrate it. And we thank each and every one of you for joining this faculty development program on ethics and values for teaching professionals and administrators. Globethics has always provided great opportunities for creating knowledge based on ethics, which will lead to sustainability. Let me put forward a big thank you to all who are present here from different parts of India and also from outside India. We were really overwhelmed by the splendid response of more than 2,488. Thank you so much. I'm Rajula, the Regional Manager for Globethics South Asia Center, and I'm your moderator today. And I heartily welcome all of you to this sixth day of the FTP with a strong belief that this is a befitting platform to stimulate and enhance and refine the skill set of teaching professionals to take challenges and also take decisions ethically in their campuses and outside. This online FDP is a joint effort of the PG and Research Department of Commerce, Roniana Government College of Women, Tirunelveli, and Globethics Academy based in Geneva, Switzerland. We thank each and every one of you for joining us today. Today's speaker is Mr. Mandapalli Joshua Theodore George. He is Associate Director for International Rankings and Accreditations at Voxen University, Hyderabad. Thank you for the good support, dear participants, for taking your time among your very tight schedules. We encourage each of you to use the chat box for introducing yourself with your name, institution, place, and country so that we can identify your participation, from which country you are attending, etc. We request you to post your questions on the Q&A box and your comments for the speakers on the chat box. I take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Mandapalli Joshua Theodore George, who is the speaker for the day. Dr. Joshua George is an academic quality assurance specialist and a higher education expert with over 25 years of experience in international higher education. He worked in Malaysia for 20 years and 4 years in Saudi Arabia as a consultant for the Ministry of Education on quality assurance matters. His previous responsibilities were lecturer in architecture, head of department of built environment, academic coordinator, principal, and head of quality assurance. He has 2 years of work experience in India, 20 years in Malaysia, and 3.5 years in Saudi Arabia. His key achievements are he has assisted in obtaining an outstanding 6-star rank for the college in Malaysia twice in a row. He has developed quality framework for technical colleges in Saudi Arabia. He has designed and developed curriculum for many programs in built environment. He has achieved full accreditation for all programs by the Malaysian Qualification Agency. Dr. Joshua George is going to address all of us today on the topic using emerging technology in sensitizing and cascading ethical practices in higher education. I request each of you to applaud from wherever you are and also request the panelists to applaud virtually. Hearty welcome, dear Joshua. Thanks for joining us today. Please take over the floor.
Thank you, Ms. Rajula. That's a wonderful introduction. Uh, well, good evening, all of you, and it's an honor and a privilege to be with you today. Actually, we are having so many talks, webinars going on almost every day, and I'm really honored to be with you today to talk about the ethics that are arising out of emerging technologies. I'll try to. I'm going to talk about different types of technology, and I'm going to try make it as simple as possible so that every one of you can understand and see the impact they have on higher education. For us to understand what exactly are the problems or the ethics that are the challenges that we are going to face due to the emergent technologies is first to learn about what they are. What are those technologies? I have divided into two categories. One is the existing technologies which we are using, and the new technologies that are the future technologies that are going to come in the future. When I say future technologies, that doesn't mean they are not there. They're already here, but they have not been fully developed or fully utilized, that sort of thing. Hope all of you can hear me. If you cannot hear me, immediately put it in the chat box because we have, I come from Oxford University and we are in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes there will be problems with the signals. So whenever, if at all, there's any problem, immediately ping me on the chat box. Okay, let's dive into the topic. Today's our session is about emerging technology in synthesizing and cascading ethical practices in higher education. I don't want to scare you or instill any fear into your heart, but we all see currently the buzzword is artificial intelligence. Every day we hear about artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence. Like you open the newspaper or switch on the TV or go to YouTube, anything, any media, it all talks about artificial intelligence or bitcoins, this sort of thing. Now, people like Elon Musk, the the richest man in the world and the greatest entrepreneur. He says that artificial intelligence is going to replace literally 80% of the population or 80% of the workforce, not population, sorry, workforce in the coming years. That means in the coming years, a lot of people, nearly 800 million people, may lose their jobs. And he's been telling this, and we cannot take this a bit lightly. We cannot think that it's not going to happen. It will happen. But then again, when internet first was introduced somewhere in 1990s, uh, people also lost a lot of jobs. A lot of people have lost the jobs. They didn't realize, we didn't realize that we have lost millions of jobs due to internet and also due to the the emergent technologies like the cell phone. A lot of jobs were lost. But people, you know what they did? They reskilled themselves or upskilled themselves and they went into different uh, industries. They started working. And even now, due to AI, this will happen. Either we need to, uh, you know, make ourselves better, or we have to find a new profession altogether. The easiest profession that can be replaced in the world. Can anyone just put it in the chat box? Come on. Very quickly, put what is the easiest profession that can be replaced by AI? Anyone? Come on, I'm waiting. Easiest profession that can be replaced by AI. Somebody said everything. Okay, yeah, you're correct. Yes, 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 yes. Alfonso, Pradeep, yeah, yeah, everyone. Oh my goodness, you are all spot on. The easiest profession that can be replaced is teaching. Yeah, true. You're absolutely correct, all of you. Oh, wonderful, Victor. Wonderful. Really, that's the easiest profession AI can replace. So, okay, we are all in a big danger, man. Okay, so let's not get panicked. When you want to fight an enemy, first thing is you should know about the enemy, right? What are the strengths of the enemy and what are the weaknesses of it? Then we will be better prepared. Now, AI is not an enemy for us, but then it's a threat. But at a certain level, it's a threat to the higher education professionals like you and me. So we have to first understand what are the technologies um, that are in the market, and what are the uses, what are their limitations, and so that we can come up with a better prepared plan. So what we are going to do today is, we are not going to, once the talk finishes, we are not going to go for the Q&A session. Instead, what we will do is we will share, okay, all of you, or some of you, probably 3 or 4 people or 5 people, just take 2 3 minutes and come online later after the end of the talk, and uh, share your what solutions, probable solutions on what actions can we take, so that we can face these challenges. So listen to the talk carefully, and when you're listening to the talk, also think about the solutions that are possible. Now, um, I think all of you know about this. Last year, Anna University came up with this. Sorry, the beginning of this year, Anna University came up with this automatic AI robot, which is called Muller. This Muller, the thing is, it is equipped with the entire engineering syllabus. Okay, entire engineering syllabus, and you ask any question, easy to the most difficult question, Mala can answer because it is fed with all the information. So even to a school student, it can just break down the information and make it as simple as possible, just like as though you peel a banana and feed a child. That sort of, that it can go to that level and teach, and it can even answer the questions of a PhD student. So that is the level of this AI robot, and this was developed by the Indian Anna University in India. So this is just a starting. We already have, a lot of multimedia news agencies are using AI models to read the news. I think you would have seen it in Telugu we have, in Oriya we have, and also Bengali, I think, and some other channels. They're already using AI models. It's very difficult to differentiate whether it's a human being or a model. Okay. Now we have the third generation of AI models, because the previous generation, they're just like robots. They don't have any feelings. They'll be just looking at the camera and reading out. But the third generation models can literally mimic the human beings. That means they can smile, they can laugh, they can frown, with eyebrows. They can perform a lot of body gestures just like human beings. And it's really, really difficult to tell whether it's a human being or a machine.
Joshua,
Yes, ma'am.
you're sounding bit low today. So is it possible to increase the volume? Because someone has put a comment as well.
Let me check the microphone. Whether
Volume buttons are full.
yeah. Actually, the volume buttons. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but normally when
Low?
you speak, it is actually much louder than this. Today it
Yeah.
is a bit low. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um. Hello.
Volume
Check.
is less. Kindly
Yeah.
increase. Some
Yeah. Yeah.
participants also posting
Check.
comments.
Check. I think that now it's okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
you're
Continue.
most
Please go
welcome.
ahead.
So, okay, let me share. Okay, where is this? So this Muller is just one of the examples. Now we have the third generation of AI models, which are much more famous. Whenever you see a video of AI model, they will show you the AI as folding the clothes or handling an egg. Okay, those are the two things they will show you uh, just as an advertisement. Why? Because AI can literally perform anything, but it has got a problem: dexterity. You know, dexterity is a problem. So that's the reason why the new models of AI, they will show you handling an egg. If the egg is not broken, if the AI takes the egg and gently places it into the box, that shows that AI, the dexterity power of the AI. Similarly, folding the clothes. So if AI can do this too, it can do everything else. You know. So this is the development in the AI, and um, we are going to uh, discuss more about AI in our next session. I think tomorrow, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so I will go to the next one. These are the current technologies that are available. You have artificial intelligence, which we spoke, augmented and virtual reality, adaptive learning, blockchain learning, analytics, and internet of things. Actually, there are so many other plethora of technologies like robotics, GPS navigation, EV and drone technology, and so many other things. But some of the things have a very profound effect on the society and also on the higher education. So let's focus on that. Artificial intelligence, we already know this is a buzzword that's going around. And we have in the artificial intelligence, we have the weak AI. That means the AI we just follows the instructions and does only specific tasks like Siri and Alexa. You give the command and it can only do specific tasks. Then we have the strong AI. It's capable of understanding, reasoning, learning. Uh, See, AI has got different levels. Like so many different levels. Some of them are basic. The basic is they just perform particular tasks, and the other one is they can like artificial general intelligence AGI, which they say will be possible by 2027. That means just in another 2 3 years, it's possible. That's what Sam Altman and everybody is telling, that it's possible in another by 2027. AGI means it just behaves like a human. It can think like a human. Everything else. Then at a higher level, if you much higher level, it becomes sentient. That means it is like a god-like thing. It is it can literally probably create things, that sort of level. So at a different level, that is the strong AI. For research people who are doing the research, there are some AI apps like OpenRead, Explain Paper, Paperbrain, InBlick, Tavily, PowerDrill, all this, apart from ChatGPT. These are the other AI apps which you can use in your research. ChatGPT is very useful, like last year, October last year, what happened? We were having a AI session. I have organized one a national conference for the vice chancellors. Then one of the AI expert, he has demonstrated. I told him generate a curriculum, curriculum for computer science. This was last year, way back last year. I think somewhere in February last year, February or March. That it's somewhere around there. Within exactly 1 minute, the entire uh, syllabus for art for that particular program was generated already. Normally, it takes months and months for the normal faculty to come together and come up with the curriculum. And I saw the curriculum. The curriculum looks good. Okay. And you can even split the lecture hours, tutorial hours, and all this stuff. So AI, like ChatGPT and other models are very amazing. You can literally create a lot of things, but of course there are some limitations. Um, So this is about the artificial intelligence. We'll talk about it in the next session in detail. Internet of Things. Internet of Things is another one where it connects the devices, a lot of devices. We use devices, we use the thermostats, smartwatches, pacemakers, even driving cars, even your refrigerators, even your ovens. Now we have smart ovens. Most of the ovens are coming with a speaker. I think you would have noticed it. Um, okay, so all these devices can be connected to each other so that it gives a bit of a holistic feel to the things. So devices, that's why this is called Internet of Things. Recently, they came up with sensitive tiles, intelligent tiles. That means, for example, in your living room or in a house, you can have the tiles, or especially in your living room, because most of the time you spend in the living room or the bedroom, right? So you can have the tiles there. That when you're walking, depending on the pressure you apply on the tile can detect whether you have any anomaly in your body. That means your bone density, and all the stuff. And it sends the message to your device, your phone, smartphone, when you have the app, it's linked. Similarly, um, all these devices, let's say, for example, you're in the office and you're held up for some reason and you forgot to plant your garden, sorry, water your garden, then the device, when you give the command, the device will automatically operate and the garden is watered. Okay. There are so many multiple applications for Internet of Things because they're all interconnected, and they produce a lot of data, which is this Internet of Things. We already have it. For example, the smart refrigerators. If you're running out of eggs or orange juice, it will send the message to your phone saying that you're running out of orange juice or running out of eggs. So when you come, you have to go to the supermarket to buy. That sort of thing. So they communicate with you, they communicate with each other. Augmented reality versus virtual reality. Virtual reality, we are using it for umpteen years. I know when my son was very, very small, and, I used to take him to the virtual reality lab in Kuala Lumpur, where you use the glasses and you have virtual reality is nothing but virtual. It's all pre-programmed. You have pre-programmed settings. I think all of you know. Everywhere in the shopping malls, you have this virtual reality glasses. You can have a feel of that. In education, we can use that in different ways. We have been using as well. Um, Actually, I feel most of the universities are not making full use of the virtual reality. For example, you're talking about our independence, Indian independence movement. Instead of giving a long lecture on Indian independence movement, you make the students use the virtual reality glasses to actually experience what happened during the independence, the movement, all the freedom fighting and all this stuff. The students can feel it, literally feel it, because when you're using the virtual reality, you feel that you're in the middle of the entire thing, and you can literally feel, you can see the characters, you can see how they dress up, how they behaved, how they fought, and what is the importance of achieving that independence. Similarly, other things, for example, dinosaurs. Talking about dinosaurs, the students can literally experience, how the world was 65 million years ago, and how the dinosaurs, what they ate, how they moved, that sort of thing. So the learning experience can be enhanced by virtual reality glasses. Of course, they're a bit expensive, but then again, when the universities can afford using this is really, really helpful in teaching. The other thing is augmented reality. Now, the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality is virtual reality is all pre-programmed and pre-recorded. Augmented reality, for example, you're using Google Glasses. Okay, you use Google Glasses and you're looking at the road, right? You use normal glasses, the road looks like a road. In Google, if you're using Google Glasses, it gives you additional, it superimposes some of the information and gives you additional information, saying that, okay, it gives you the location of this place, and it gives you what are the landmarks nearby, that sort of thing. So augmented reality is another one which is which will be very realistic in education. And okay, next one. I'm sorry, I'm rushing a bit because we have a lot of cover. The other one is the adaptive learning. See, when the student is enrolled in a university or a college, right from the day one, he keeps generating a lot of data, lot of data. Data he will be uh, like through the way he performs in the tech class test or presentations or uh, his interpersonal skills, uh, a lot of things, he keeps generating a lot of data. Now, for us teachers, it's really, really difficult to process that much of data produced by so many students. And it's really difficult for us to assess the student um, according to their cognitive needs because everyone do not have the same type of perception skills, understanding skills. People have different ways of doing the things. Uh, One solution is not possible for all. We already know that. But then again, you cannot go to the class and teach one lesson and expect everyone to understand and scold the other fellow. There's one fellow who may not understand and he'll be looking at you blankly, and you cannot go and tell him you're stupid. Nobody is actually stupid. People have different comprehension levels, right? We have a lot of different comprehension levels, and we are unique in our own way. So, but then again, already we have 100 students in one class marking the papers, setting assessment, preparing the reports. Teacher's job, a teacher means, I mean, teacher, lecturer, professor, everyone comes under the teacher category. The teacher's profession is one of the worst professions. It's a noble profession, no doubt, but then again, the amount of donkey jobs we do, it is literally we don't have time for anything else. So, and adaptive learning is a lifesaver for all of us. It what it does is the computer analyzes the skills of the learning capacity of the student. It from the class tests, from the presentations or summative assessments, it assesses what is the level of the student. Where is he when for example, I'll take mathematics. Where is he when it comes to mathematics? Is he still at a basic level at multiplication and addition, or is he at a level where he knows about differentiations, or is he at an advanced level where he understands calculus and complex geometry? That's how and it doesn't judge the student. You know what it does? It assesses the level of the students and comes up with pathway for the student so that he can reach that advanced level that is required. For example, in degree, you have the learning outcomes. The teacher, by the time the student graduates, he must have this skills, right? There are different levels, skills that the student has to obtain in order to graduate. So this computer first assesses the student and creates a customized pathway for the student to achieve those things. And this is like a helper. It is an assistant and a helper. Wonderful, wonderful um, tool for the student, for the teachers, because we cannot do all the things. We cannot be everywhere, and we cannot do keep on assessing each and every student. It's not possible. So we use the technology to do that. And adaptive learning apps are there: Adaptemy, Newton, Cogbooks. These are some of the apps. There are plenty of plethora of apps which are using. In India, we have a big group of edtech companies which are also doing this. I'm in the group, EdTech group of the Indian. I don't know why they added me, but they added me. But it's very interesting because I keep reading a lot of their stuff. There are a lot of companies which are doing this. Then blockchain. This is the area which I'm going to spend a bit more time. Blockchain. So listen very carefully. I'll make it as simple as possible. What is blockchain? Blockchain is nothing but an online ledger. Banking, they have ledgers, right? They record. So blockchain is nothing but like a online ledger which uses blocks. Blocks contain the information. In other words, it is like a
diary. Okay, we maintain diaries, right? We write the things, record the things. Okay. Now, a lot of us, we have team building activities in our universities and companies. And the team building companies, they'll make us play the games. So what they do is they'll make us stand in a line. Then uh, everybody will be facing the opposite side except the first fellow, and they will give him whisper something in his ear, and that fellow has to convey the message to the next guy. He will whisper in that ear, and the next he will. So it goes on and goes on, and until the last fellow whisper. Then we will ask the last fellow what information you have received, and we always observe the information given to the first person is totally different from the information received from the last person, and we all keep laughing, right? Okay, this happens, but in blockchain it doesn't happen. The information the blocks are created, and from every block is connected to the next block, and the information cannot be tampered. So the information in the first block and the last block are the same. Okay, I'll give you another example of this blockchain to make you understand. For example, okay, I let's say you have a property. uh, some X is the owner of the property, and he's selling it to Y. So when X is the owner of the property, okay, a block is created telling that, oh, this property belongs to X, and everything about X and the property details and all this stuff. Now X sells it to another person called Y. So another record is created that the property has been transferred to Y. And who is Y? What is his Aadhaar number? What are the details? And all this stuff. Then Y sells the property to Z or Z. Then another record is created. So this record cannot be tampered. In India, we have a problem where, my sister, I'll give you my real life example. My parents gave a piece of land for my sister as a wedding gift. And that land was lying like that. Many times I told her, you go and construct something and then construct something and all, but she didn't listen to me. Last year, she called me up and said, can you find out, can you go and check the records? When I checked the records, the land was already on somebody else's name. Somebody man, uh, messed up with they created fake documents and they registered the land on their name. Now in India, once it's done, you cannot do anything because in the records, it's not showing my sister's name, it's showing somebody else's name. And that's it, we lost the land. So this happens very frequently in India. And this is done mostly by the politicians and their cronies. With the help of them, the agents will do that. So when it comes to blockchain, nobody can tamper it. Okay, blockchain is an amazing technology where the records cannot be tampered, people cannot cheat us and all. Now, in what way blockchain is going to affect higher education? That's the thing. Okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say a student enrolls in your university, and so when he graduates, a record is right from the time he joined until he graduates, a record is created. So let's say he gets a PhD and he goes to another country to work. Now, that country wants to verify whether he really has done a PhD or not. Uh, because in US, do you know something? We always think that India has got produces fake degrees. No, US 50% of the degrees that are produced are fake degrees right? Do you know that? Okay, I'll give you one more instant. The dean of Harvard University, very prestigious. After serving 30 years, she was asked to leave because her credentials were not correct. She lied about her credentials. The CEO of Yahoo, also the same. He lied about his credentials. He produced fake certificates and he was asked to leave. There are so many instances like this. So blockchain technology in universities can actually avoid all this type of uh, uh, what do you call that unscrupulous practices. And let's say you go to US and you're telling them, they ask you, oh, can you show me your degree? Yeah, you can show the degree. How can they verify? Within seconds, they can verify whether your degree is genuine or not, just by the blockchain the technology, by the records that are produced. When I was working in Saudi Arabia, the government requires me to attest all my certificates, especially they are very doubtful about Indian certificates because Indians are very known to produce fake certificates, fake degrees. That's why they say you have to get all your certificates attested. So what I have to do, I have to run around the offices which I don't have time. So I give it to an agent, and the agent runs around to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or whatever it is, and he gets all the certificates stamped. And it takes nearly 1 to 2 months, sometimes more than that. But with blockchain technology, you don't need any sort of certification. Okay, once you produce, it can be verified immediately on the spot. So this is one of the applications of blockchain technology, which is very useful. The records are secure. Records cannot be destroyed. Once produced, cannot be destroyed. Okay. So let's say there's a fire accident in a university and the records are destroyed. No, it's there in the blockchain. It's recorded. It cannot be. So it's forever. You can even know, let's say, for example, 200 years from now, so who, from where you have studied, what are your marks, how you have graduated, what are your IQ levels, everything is stored. Okay. Another application is very famous application, okay, because all of us are academics. Okay, listen very carefully. We are talking about a decentralized autonomous universities which are going to come. What is a decentralized autonomous universities? For the last many years, few hundred years, we are using the same model in education. That means the student will join school, he finishes 10 years, then he goes to intermediate or A levels or CBSE, plus one, plus two. Then he goes to 3 years or 4 years of degree, then 2 years of master's, and another 3 to 5 years of PhD. Then finally he comes out with a doctorate degree. So this is the sequence, and this is the model. This is the business model we have been using for how many years? Probably 200, 300 years. Now, with blockchain, this whole business model will change. For example, okay, one of the participants, okay, let me look at the chat box and see your names. Okay, let's say there is Dr. Shiva. Okay, Shiva is there. Dr. Shiva, she want to start, what do you call this? Decentralized autonomous university. So what she will do is she will pull up a few people, resource persons, okay, one from Harvard, one from MIT, one from IIT Hyderabad, one from IIT Chennai or IIM in Bangalore, people, different people. She will create a program, a course, and offer it to the students. The students will take it, and one program, one course, or one subject you have taken is from Harvard, one is from Oxford, one is from MIT, one is from IIT Hyderabad. So many different varieties of program are coming. And all these, you learn different set of skills. Now, when you go to work, they'll ask you, do you know let's say machine learning? Yes, sir, I have a machine learning from a certificate from MIT. This is the one. Okay, do you know Python? Yes, I have a Python from Harvard University. Okay, are you familiar with what do you call um, public speaking skills? Yes, I have a certificate from Toastmasters International. Like that. So whatever skills are required for the job, you already have all the degrees from prestigious universities. And what do you have to do? Nothing. You can sit in your house or in your office and run this university virtually. Okay? It can be run. Only thing is you need to collaborate with other people. So that is a application of this this decentralized autonomous universities. Now, you'll be asking me, oh, we already have online learning. Yeah, online learning model is very similar to the traditional education model. Nothing. Traditional education model, there the students will come into the campus, college or university. Online, they'll be doing at home or somewhere else. But the structure is the same. But with decentralized autonomous universities, the structure is totally dynamic. You can create anything you like, different combination and permutations. You know, at one point of time, we never thought BCom will have a computer science, but now we have BCom computers, right? So a lot of interdisciplinary subjects courses will come up. And it all depends on your creativity, how creatively you can come up with the programs. Do you need any infrastructure for that? Nothing. Zero infrastructure. All you need is a lab. Got it? And you can be a university yourself. You can create this thing. So why is there a necessity? For example, I'll tell you, if the just now I told you 800 million people may lose their jobs in the coming years. Trust me, this whole entire educational model will collapse. And people don't have jobs. Do you think they'll come to the university paying a lot of money and studying for 25 years? I don't think so. Nobody will do that, right? They'll think it's a waste of the money and time. So that is where your creativity kicks in. You have to come up with some practical solutions, come up with some customized programs, and offer affordable, very affordable programs. Okay. So remember blockchain technology and try to work on that and try to make money from this. Okay. Whenever the famous block application for blockchain is Bitcoin in a cryptocurrency. I think all of you know that. Recently, this guy, what is his name? Trump has told that he will make cryptocurrency the thing. So if America does that, the whole world will follow, So very shortly, probably in 1-2 years, Bitcoins or cryptocurrency will become the thing in the world. No more cash. Um, okay, no more cash transactions. Cryptocurrency works like this. There won't be any middle intermediary. That means like we don't have banks anymore. No bank, no governments can control. So the whole world will have one single currency, and the transactions will be done within microseconds, across the world. So this is going to be a big game changer, blockchain. Why is it not moving? Okay, learning analytics. Okay, just now I told you we produce a lot of data. The learner produces a lot of data. Now the computer can assess, the uh, the computer can analyze all this data and give us a what do you call a feedback on the students' cognitive capacity, and also it can help the students to create personalized learning pathways. Okay, some people go from point A to point Z directly. Very intelligent students. You tell them once, they know, they understand, they directly go there. But for some people, they have to go a little bit around the way, beating around the bush. They go from A to B, B to C, and finally reach Z. Some people go from A to B, B to C, C to D, E, F, then go to Z, or some people go all the way from A to Z, all the letters in it. So different people have different ways of doing the things. So learning analytics will analyze and create learning pathways for the student. We have the tools like EdLearning, WoolCap, Bright Bytes, Clever, Newton, Adapt, Intelligent Board Learner Script. And the Indian EdTech companies, I don't know how many of you are in touch with the Indian EdTech companies, but they offer very wonderful solutions when it comes to learning analytics and also the customized learning. Okay, future technologies. Oh my God, I'm running out of time. Okay. Future technologies, we have humanoid robots. When I say future technologies, most of them are already here, okay, but not fully operational. Explainable AI, Internet of Everything, quantum computing, augmented reality navigation, edge computing, mixed reality, autonomous vehicles, and drones. Uh, Explainable AI, I'm going to briefly touch because we are going to talk in the next session. It answers like how, why, this philosophical type of questions, this type of things. It's also called XAI. Um, it This is going to be the next great thing, a game changer in higher education, because it helps the students to understand, and it creates a lot of different pathways, information, giving, like sharing the information and all this stuff. Next one is Internet of Everything. Just now we learned about Internet of Things. Internet of Things, let's say, is a small one. Internet of Everything is a magnified version of Internet of Things, Internet of Everything. That means in Internet of everything in the world is connected to each other. Okay, all the devices are connected, all the things are connected, people are connected, a lot of data is produced and processed. This is Internet of Things, Internet of Everything. How can it help? Actually, NEOM, Saudi Arabia has created a city called, in a desert, it created a new city, which is, I think, 4 or 5 times bigger than New York, city of New York. It's called NEOM City. Every building in NEOM City is a smart building. You know, uh, see, now we use Alexa at home. You tell Alexa, Alexa, switch on the lights, it switches on the light. Alexa, switch on the TV, it switches on the TV. Okay, it does a lot of things. We already have the technology now. Okay, but at a larger scale, okay, for example, you're talking about the street for traffic. Okay, traffic. Now, Internet of Everything will be analyzing the data. How the cars are going, how many cars are going. Is there will there be a traffic jam? If these many cars are going, so immediately it suggests alternate routes for people. It decongests the traffic and it can divert the traffic. It can create smart cities. The entire cities themselves can be smart. Then it can create smart countries and the smart world. That is Internet of Everything. All this data, but to be processed, of course, you need very heavy machinery to do that, which also can increase the carbon footprint. We only talking about the advantages, the disadvantages, all these things. They need they leave a lot of very heavy carbon footprint, and which is not good for the environment. But then again, it makes things easier, and it will make us use energy more efficiently. Okay, that sort of thing. Augmented reality navigation, which is already here. Google has been working on this. This is, for example, let's say now we are using GPS. GPS will tell you which way to go, turn left, turn right, and all this stuff. And we have also the satellite images of Google. But here, this augmented reality navigation, when you're walking through, it will give you information of the things, which road you are, which building is this. You have to turn right or turn left to go to this place. Okay, at which location and all. This is also augmented reality. Quantum computing, it is done at a subatomic level computing. See, we are using a binary system like 0, 1, right? Okay, let's say there's 0, there's 1 here, right? 0 and 1, 0, 1. You already know that. In quantum computing, there are so many combinations of 0 and 1 in between 0 and 1. Okay, to make you understand, I'll give you an example. Let's say somebody asks you to prepare lemon juice. So you want to prepare lemon juice. So you take water and you take lemons, and you squeeze the lemon in the water. Now, how much percentage in that juice, how much percentage is lemon and how much percentage is water? Okay, it can be 5% of lemon and 95% of water, or it can be 70% of water and 30% of lemon, or it can be anything. There's different combinations. So quantum computing works on the same philosophy, where instead of 0, 1, it works on the probability and possibility of many other combinations in between. So it is very fast, and it can and if used in um, um, like blockchain technology, where the lot of encryption is required, and a lot of even in Internet of Everything, a lot of data has been processed. Quantum computing is the one. It's a game changer. Okay, it's going to change the games. There is another computing which I'm not going to talk about. I think some of you know DNA computing. Okay, they're using the DNA strands, that sort of technology to compute. That's another one which is not fully developed. It's still in the development phases. Edge computing. What's edge computing? For example, let's say, okay, uh, China is using high-speed trains. What do you call that? Maglev trains, which can run up to 650 kilometers per hour speed. Now, this is totally computerized. So what happens is that information of this train, when the train is moving, which station it's going, what speed it's going, will go to the cloud, and it's analyzed there, processed there, and the information is returned. If the cloud, the point where this information is being analyzed is far away, it's not at the point of the source. So by the time the information goes there and comes back, there will be some sort of delay. This delay is called latency. Of course, the delay will be probably just a few microseconds. But when you're talking about a vehicle that is going at 650 kilometers per hour speed, microseconds will matter a lot. Okay, I'll give you another example. There's an oil refinery, petroleum refinery, and it's connected to the cloud as well. if there is a small spark somewhere, and the temperature has been raising by just even 1 degree or 2 degrees, the information is going to the cloud and coming back. By the time it comes back, due to the latency, the spark can melt down the whole the whole company there. um, so in cases like this, what they do is they bring the processing, analysis, and the computing to the place where this action is being taken place. Okay, it goes to the edge, periphery. Okay, so instead of, for example, here it goes to the place where this is being done. For example, uh, the the oil refinery in, let's say there's an oil petroleum refinery, so the computing is taken somewhere near to that, so that the decisions are made within microseconds, in milliseconds. Okay, so edge computing is another one, um, which can be used. So this reduces the latency and avoids a lot of disasters. Mixed reality is a, see, for example, you're using the VR glasses, and all this stuff, but it is like it gives a holographic projection of the things. University of Sunderland invested heavily in virtual reality in the year 2000. 2000 when this 2007 or 8, I don't remember, because they came to my place in Malaysia and they gave a demo about they spent 1 billion pounds during the time to develop that. But this one, mixed reality, is slightly different. Okay, where you can you can work on it, a group of people can work on a hologram. They can turn 360 degrees, and they can literally see how it really literally functions. Microsoft HoloLens is one of the things. A lot of research students can use this mixed reality, at different, if you are especially they are at different locations. Collaborations is possible. I think COIL projects, universities are using COIL projects, so mixed reality can be embedded into that. Autonomous vehicles and drones, already this technology is already there, because in the recent floods, India also, we have used drones to send, what do you call that, send food to the people, in flood affected people. The drones carry the food and drop it on the top of the apartments or houses. We have seen this already, it's there. Even the autonomous vehicles, you see here down the picture. Okay, for example, instead of Zomato, Swiggy, or Amazon, we have people coming and giving it right. Now we have the autonomous vehicles. If you give the location, it'll directly come to your house and deliver it at the doorstep. Okay, and nobody can open this thing, nobody can tamper with it, that sort of thing. But the downside is, a lot of people who are depending on this Zomato, Swiggy, Amazon deliveries, all of them will lose their jobs. See, this is the problem. Uh, Humanoid robots, you already know. Tesla is Elon Musk has Tesla company has released Optimus Gen 3, third generation Optimus, which I told you has got a lot of dexterity. It is the movements are very fluid. It just moves like a human being. Previously, the version 1 and version 2, there are some sort of jerks. Now this one is very fluid, very smooth. The next versions will be much more better. The applications are numerous. You can use them in the war zones, rescue missions, and all. Even in higher education, they are making synthetic skins so that it looks like a human being. And the bioengineering people are working with a real type of skin which has got sensors. That means if you poke a robot, it will just react like a human being. It has got the same sensory points. So this one, for example, in places like some war-torn places like Ethiopia, African countries, where every time there'll be fighting, people are scared to come outside. In the schools, that no teacher want to go and teach there. So this type of models can be used to teach the students, and because a single robot can be fed with a lot of information, literally everything in the world you can feed in a single robot, with using the nanotechnology chips. So, nanotechnology chips, you can store, each chip is equivalent to 100 laptops, 100 computers. So can you imagine what is the power of nanotechnology chips, nano chips? So humanoid robots is one another thing. Okay, what are the ethical issues that are arising? You already know deep fakes. Okay, recently there was an incident where a principal was suspended because a voice recording came out where he was scolding people, black people, with abusive language. But later they found that it was not created by it was not spoken by the principal, but rather the high school physical education teacher used a fake app. When the principal was talking, he recorded the words. So the app recognizes the voices, and later it can produce anything you want. So now the problem is, let's say, for example, somebody calls you. Let's say I'm calling you, my voice, and say, hi, I'm Joshua. Then you will say, yeah, Joshua, because you know my voice. You can recognize my voice and say, hi, Joshua. And, can you send me urgently 1 lakh rupees, because I'll give you tomorrow. It's my voice and you are my friend, so surely you will do that. Probably it's not me, it's somebody else using the fake app to create my voice. They can even create fake videos with my face. It will look exactly like me, it will sound like me, but it's not me. Even in Hong Kong, they last I think this news last year. One company lost $120 million. You know how they lost? There was this employee. He was in a Zoom meeting, in a video conference, and the people in front of him are his clients, all his clients, and the deal was done. So he transferred $120 million. But later, after after transferring, then they came to know that actually the people on the other side are not real. They used deepfake apps to make them look like the clients, the same faces, same voices. So this is a big danger. Um, Data privacy and security. A lot of our data is online. What is the guarantee that somebody cannot hack? Even blockchain, everybody says blockchain is impenetrable, but I don't agree. If you have the right equipment, right resources, even blockchain can be hacked. Of course, the possibility is very, 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 very low, but then again, it's still possible. Okay, so all our data, what about that? And info bias and discrimination. See, all these AI technologies work on the algorithms, the information that is fed. So it can give um, it can give wrong information. See, I've been sometimes I use ChatGPT, and most of the time the information given by ChatGPT is not correct. Okay, and Google was using AI for recruitment, and the AI has been recruiting only males rather than females because the algorithm is in such a way that it creates a bias. So what about the other? Lot of companies are using AI tools for recruitment. That means, see, people like some of the people who are 45 and above may not get the jobs because the system is looking for somebody who is with a lot of agility and energy and all. And system will think that, oh, people who are above 45 do not have the energy. It doesn't select. Okay. So this is the problem. Academic freedom. All these AI systems which you use in academics or any other thing come with a pre-programmed algorithms. So we probably tend to follow that rather than using our because each country, each state, each place have their own cultures, cultural values, cultural sensitivities, and all this stuff, and the levels. In some countries they don't talk about certain things. In some countries they talk about everything. So we lose the academic freedom because we have to follow a particular structured or a pre-defined or pre-decided pathway. That's another problem. Accessibility and inclusivity. People in the rural areas and all may not be able to afford all these things. Then people with disabilities also may not be able to afford whatever the healthy person can afford. So this is another ethical issue considered. Potential harm, yes. Just recently, just last week, I think one guy was using Gemini for his homework, and the Gemini told him to die. And elder sister was there, and the elder sister was shocked. And the Gemini was literally pleading this boy to die. Okay, because luckily the boy is matured enough. But how about if a kid is there? Okay, kid will think he has to. Let's say the AI says jump from this balcony, he will jump because he wouldn't know. what is right and what is wrong. So AI can be a potential for harm. And if you're putting everything in AI, like I think all of you have seen the movie Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie. What happened to the machines? The machines can turn and literally wipe out the people because they think people are not good. Anything which is not good should be wiped out. So this is another problem, you know. Uh, we don't know who is programming this and what are the ethics that are followed. S- Broader societal impacts. We see if everybody is losing the job, let's say 800 million people are losing their job, the society will go upside down. Can you imagine this is exactly the same question Elon Musk was posing. If see, we may feel unwanted, useless. When AI is taken full control, we may feel useless. What is our contribution? Can you imagine that feeling? Feeling useless? Then what will happen to the world? The crime rate can increase. A lot of people start burning, looting the things. You know, so many things can happen. The society can be, it's a big havoc in the society. Okay. So the solution for this starts with the curriculum. Curriculum is the hero of the story. Okay. Even in movies, the story is the hero, right? So if our curriculum is strong enough to counteract all these things, we have to come up with a dynamic curriculum to counter all this. We have to come up with interdisciplinary degrees. We have to change very fast. We don't change, we will lose. See, for example, you take Kodak cameras. Kodak was the rule master in photography. Everybody was using Kodak films, Kodak cameras, and now what happened? We don't hear the name Kodak because when digital cameras came, Kodak was very slow to change and it lost the market. The same goes to Nokia. Nokia was the world leader in cell phones. What happened? It was when smartphone technology came, it was very slow to change. Then it lost the market. Now we hardly hear about Nokia. So the same thing will happen to us. We don't change fast. We don't think fast. I think we'll become history. Okay. So all of us, the academics have to think creatively and come up with very innovative ideas to counter this thing and come up with interdisciplinary degrees, change the whole entire business model instead of this 10-year school, 2 years university, this one, that one, this one. Okay, we have to come up with a new type of education model. For this, all the academics have to do a lot of brainstorming. We have to do a brainstorming and come up with possible solutions for this. Okay, so I think I have. It's very sorry that I had to rush through the whole topic because a lot of things are there to be covered. But now we will pause here and let us. Hey, where am I? I don't see myself.
So there.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's pause here and we will not go for Q&A session, but share what can be done with this predicament. There is a predicament. There's a lot of confusion, uncertainty. And some of you, not all of you, maybe 3 or 4 people, can share your thoughts on this. How can we face this challenge? Okay, I think some of you have. Okay, can we do that? Just 4 or 5 of you. I will hand over the control to Ms. Razula.
Thank you, Dr. Joshua. And I was just looking at the chat box, and you're receiving only compliments, and there is no one questioning you. And they have mentioned that it is informative, knowledgeable, a lot of new things they've learned from here. Very informative session. And also they mentioned that it is the need of the hour. Very enlightening session. So in fact, your session has served Mainly, I think it is bridging the gap because AI, as you have mentioned, it is advancing, and then you have also put it straight that the first job that will be affected because of AI, it is the teaching job. So I think like for most of them, what you have shared, kind of it is new and quite lot of learning they have heard with you. So we must thank you for the wonderful session that we had with you. And let's see if more commands are coming. And meanwhile, I would like to just there are some like four questions, and then one is, sir, could you please explain about deep fakes? Some more explanation needed. So could you please answer that one? Joshua, are you with us? Hello? Joshua, are you with us? I can see your name, but not your video.
Sorry, I had to go and lock the front doors because there is a
Okay.
yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I think a lot of compliments, and then it has served as a meaningful session and values imbibed session,
Yeah.
and they're thanking for the chance to participate in this session.
Yeah.
Excellent
Thanks,
session.
madam. Thanks
I'm
aside.
just um,
How about just a few people can share their thoughts on this, and how can academic people face these challenges? Just a few of you, just three people or four people. Okay, can you unmute your mics and when you talk?
yeah, you can actually put a message in the chat, then I'll promote them as a panelist. If someone
Yeah,
is interested in
yeah,
talking
yeah,
as a panelist, and you
yeah,
just raise your hand, I'll promote you as a panelist. Then you could
mm,
speak.
yeah, yeah. Somebody says if you don't use AI tools, I'll tell you something. Don't don't ever stop your students from using AI tools. Okay, don't do that. Okay. Instead of that, come up with a solution for that. In Voxen, we came up with a solution. You know what we did? We created a framework for assessment. If the student is allowed to use 20% of AI, if to get full marks, 20% is allowed so that they know how to use the AI tools effectively. If they use 40%, okay, then what happens is if the 40% of the work is by AI, then the marks will be reduced. If they use 60%, some more marks will be reduced. Like that, we give a particular assessment framework, which is not that good. But then again, we have to start with something. So you also can come up with something. Not only don't stop the students from using AI, you also have to use AI. Otherwise, we'll be lost. The students will be more advanced than us. We don't want that to happen, right? So, yeah,
Yeah, I think without the past and present, we cannot build the future, and
exactly.
we cannot come to a conclusion that
Yeah,
because of AI, the teachers are becoming
yeah,
outdated. Someone has put a comment: if we don't use AI tools, we are
yeah.
treated as outdated. What
Yeah,
to do, sir?
true. Good. We have to learn. We have to learn AI. No, no way.
Yeah,
Because there. Yeah. Yes, sir. Talk. Go ahead, sir.
Uh,
Rajula, I think I
we
have
have
a point here.
we have
You know,
Dr. John Sala, the course curator, and over to you, Dr. John.
yeah. No, actually, good evening, everyone. Uh, good evening, Dr. Joshua. Thank you so much
Good evening. Good
for
evening.
a wonderful session. Thank you, Rajula. Well, there is a there is a question. Why did all the dinosaurs get extinct?
Mm.
No, is there an answer from the participants? Why did the dinosaurs get extinct? Dinosaurs got extinct because they could not adapt to the new surroundings.
Yeah.
So if we, the faculty of these days, if we don't adapt to AI, then we will become dinosaurs. People will forget us very fast. We will become fossils. No,
True.
we will become fossils. We will be of no use. I mean, we cannot, command respect from our students if we don't know anything about AI. Like I think in my session also, I was telling you, please join the AI courses that are there available online, wherever, whichever fits you. Don't choose anything that is too costly. Yes, the only fittest can survive. Yes, Ansima Joseph, thank you. Yes,
Uh,
so you need to enroll into some AI program and then start learning AI, machine learning, all that. So that
Yeah.
will actually help us and keep us abreast. Thank you.
thank you,
Hello,
Dr. John. There is someone has put a message that
hello,
can
hello,
fake for
Yes.
making
hello,
money too.
Sir, go
hello.
ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Uh,
We have,
I
we
am
have,
I, am- I am
we have
Professor
one,
Chandrasekhar
one.
from Venkateswara University, Tirupati.
Uh, Good evening, sir.
Most of the social science faculties are less technically effort.
Yeah.
See, from social science, many senior faculty are not till date to how to mail also emails. They are not able to make PowerPoint also. How they can update? Is it possible all the Internet of Things and chat box, whatever? Today is very, very good. That is discussion. That is having. We are having much more informative. What are the tools that are existing for teaching? But how to update social science? Most of them are see, in my university, some science faculty, that too young science faculty, some they are having some knowledge on whatever you are telling. But social science faculties are too dull. How can we come across this problem?
Yes. Sir, we have to start somewhere, somewhere we have to
Uh,
start because nobody knows everything about AI. If somebody says, I know everything about AI, they're lying because AI is such a wide area. Even the AI experts are baffled by so many things. They cannot keep track of what's happening in the world. The different types of changes. For example, China Xpeng has released a model called Iron, which is counters Optimus. Which is, I think, it's better than Optimus. So a lot of things will happen. But when it comes to education, we can start with using ChatGPT. Okay, we should use ChatGPT so that we know what are the how students can manipulate the data using ChatGPT. Okay, um, that means I'll give that then ChatGPT for assignments and all. Then there are so many video apps which, for example, recently my son was using a video app. It can generate 120 seconds of video. All you need to do is just give a storyline. Okay, give a storyline and say, okay, I need the hero to be Rajinikanth, or I can be the hero. I'll put my face. Then the AI will automatically make the hero look exactly like me. Okay, and the heroine maybe somebody else, like Madhuri Dixit. I don't know much about movies, but so it can generate a 120 second streaming video with beautiful colors, textures, and all. So when we have to, when you want to tell the student, please use this, use this, use this, first we should know what to use, right? So we have to keep experimenting, and eventually we'll be there. If we are scared, oh no, I don't know how to use that, you we can never be an expert. So somewhere we have to start with ChatGPT is the easiest thing you can start. Then go to the video streaming, give a storyline, create a video. Okay, so because humanities and social sciences students can generate a lot of videos, So this is one of the solutions I can suggest.
Thank you.
Most
Sir, there is
welcome.
a problem with, there are two things, skill and will. Skill can be learnt only with will. If we don't have will, there is no skill. So,
Okay. Yeah, the next anybody else, next person. Let's give the chance to the next one.
And also, I think someone has mentioned that AI is going to be more harmful to teachers. And the purpose of what is that coming out with AI in every area, it is actually not with a bad intention. They are developing with a good intention, but it is the user who decide whether to use it or misuse it. So it's all in your hands. At the same time, awareness is very important when there is something new. Mainly it is included in the education system in all the subjects, and so you have to learn at least a little bit, so that no, you don't fall under that completely illiterate. Even I'm an illiterate with regard to AI, but I'm trying to learn. Even today there was a news headline that chat gpt has eyes, so it is not you post some information, because we have 3 4 cameras in our mobile. If we use chat gpt in our mobile phone, so it can actually like take videograph of us. And then I think, like, recently I was part of a program in Delhi. It was cyberla, cyber security, and cyberspace. And someone said that a husband and wife, newly married, they were quarreling, and then something happened. And what served as a testimony, it is the Alexa. So Alexa they used to use in the bedroom, so it can record not the video but the audio. So they came and examined, Alexa was there, so they could actually take the tape out of Alexa, the heated argument happening between the husband and wife. So you explained about Internet of Things, Internet of Everything. So we keep the Internet of Things everywhere, and then we don't know whether they are recording our audio or video. So that is the situation. But no, when there is something new, we have to learn about that. Especially teachers, we have a major role in lifelong learning, and our learning has to be updated every day. It has to be ongoing. And we cannot say that the student, I take help from the students. No, teachers actually have to update themselves even when there is something new. It might be difficult, but nothing wrong. Like, lot of that short term courses are available online now, and then many courses are free to update. So when I'm teaching mathematics or English, something for me, it has come with regard to AI, then it's better to know something about it. Like, I cannot become excellent in that, but I have to know what exactly it is. Yes,
So
sir.
Dr. D. Srinivas Reddy sir, actually he made a statement here that numerous students demonstrate insufficient skills in computer literacy, which is correct, especially in rural areas. That's why uh, in old Indians we have used to have haves and have-nots. Now we have uh, technological haves and have-nots. People who are poor are not financially poor, but people who are poor are people who don't have the skills to use the technology, that sort of thing. Sir, I agree with you 100%, which is correct. So there must be a gap bridge between haves and have-nots when it comes to computer literacy. I fully agree with you, sir. Anyone else? Anyone else want to share your thoughts? You can come, unmute your mics and talk.
See, at present, bad things are happening very rapidly. But good things are because of technological development, nowadays youth are misusing the technology. But they are not using in a proper way because of many videos are capturing blackmailing and going on. What is your
Yeah,
opinion?
sir, this is bound to happen, and there will be, of course, when this is happening, regulations will be there. For example, when online banking was new, I started using online banking in 1999. When I was in Malaysia, the Maybank, I was using the online banking, and every time the bank used to keep on sending me messages saying that beware of this, beware of that, beware of this, and all. Now, a lot of those problems have been solved, when you use online banking. Okay, but now we have another problem with the phone apps, pay apps like Phone Pay, Google Pay, and all this stuff. But eventually they will be sorted out. So initially the problems will be there, but technology, the problems will be solved. I want to answer Dr. Arun Rotti's question. Can AI replace software engineers and other job opportunities? Yes, I think you already know that. This guy, I forgot his name. He's the one of the very big shots in AI, and he told, please don't do computer science. He's telling, don't do computer science. Computer science is a waste of your time, and there won't be any returns for that because AI is literally doing all the coding, programming, everything it can do. Instead of that, he's telling learn machine learning. Okay. Previously, last year, everybody said, "Oh, you learn prompt engineering," but prompt engineering is actually not a I think today you saw in the news that prompt engineering is coming to an end. Okay, because prompt engineering is not a very great skill, but whereas machine learning is. So, uh, in the until last year, if there are 100 students joining in a college, in a private college, 80 students or 75 students will be joining computer science. The rest 25 comes from electrical electronics or other branches. But now, due to this AI, the most affected people are the computer science people, computer science students. A lot of them won't have jobs. So the demand for computer science will drastically drop. So the universities and colleges have to keep this in mind. In the coming years, there may not be much intakes in computer science. So what are you going to do? Probably you have to create machine learning courses, or you have to create AI based programs. So come up with some innovative ideas. Be ready for this change. Your computer science may be taught just like mechanical engineering and civil engineering. A lot of universities and colleges have closed down these branches because there are no intakes for that. So it may happen to computer science also. So just come up with some backup plan for this. This is what I suggest.
There is a question, can AI replace the teaching profession completely in near future? What role will we teachers have to play?
I actually it may not replace the human being. AI cannot replace human beings 100%. In every profession, we still need humans to do the operations. At least to control the AI. So every profession that will be there. Teaching, of course, you need students will feel more comfortable to see a real human being than a machine. Okay, so probably in some remote places, AI teachers can be useful. But then again, remember, let's say there's an AI robot. Uh, right now, we are talking about Tesla 3 or Ion, Xpeng Ion. But in future, you may get much advanced versions where they move like humans, talk like humans, behave like humans. AGI, when AGI comes, they cry like humans, laugh like humans, that sort of thing. Then the student doesn't know, cannot differentiate between a real human being and a machine. So that time that's possible. And all the people, like for example, if I'm owning a college, I will surely buy a AI model because it's a one-time investment. I can use AI 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, or at least 12 hours a day. 12 hours for charging and 12 hours to use. AI doesn't take medical leaves, sick leaves, no need of promotions, no need of increments, nothing, no need to give salary, right? And it won't be absent even on a single day. So there is a possibility, at least at a primary and secondary education level, that AI can replace. When it comes to probably the higher levels, PhD, uh, not yesterday, last week, that guy was telling the AI, I forgot his name, I'm not getting it. He's telling uh, PhDs will become useless. Even if you do PhD, there's no point. AI can do all the research. It can come up with the outcomes. So if that is the case, that's say there will be a big, major paradigm shift, and AI will take over the teaching most probably, but still we may need the humans to do certain things.
With regard to AI, Joshua, what do you think that should be the responsibility from the management side with regard to upskilling the teachers?
The basic problem comes with how the AI is programmed. Um, see, currently everything AI is depending on the neural networks. So when it takes a decision, we don't know on what basis it's taking a decision. Okay, we don't have any idea how on what basis it's taking the decision, because everything is based on the neural networks. So people who are creating these sort of things, technology, have to look into the ethical part of the whole operation, so that the AI doesn't become a threat to us, a threat to society. Then also they have to take into consideration the cultural sensitivities of different areas. So then all this stuff. So this is a bit complex thing where a lot of intellectuals like you people have to come together and take part in the decision making. Even if a country comes with a legislation, we all have to participate in that. Rather than sitting and reading the news, we all tend to read the news. No, participate in the whole mechanism. Okay, write to the people, the legislative bodies, the government, right, to the express your views. So we have to take an active part. Otherwise, we may go in a very wrong direction, totally wrong direction.
I just read somewhere that the AI which is getting developed, it can just break anyone's passport of whether it is a bank account or email account. So, what is your opinion on
Yeah,
that?
it is possible. That security is a problem, madam. Security is a problem. Actually, blockchain technology is one of the most secure encrypted technology. But even I asked one of the experts, is it possible? He said, yeah, it is possible. Of course, it is not impossible, but it is very difficult, but it is still possible. Okay,
Sir,
so
sir, one thing.
yes, sir.
There is a most criticism on voting system of EVMs.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there any possible that the blockchain to control that one?
Yes, it is possible, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, there is
blockchain.
a related question whether Aadhaar ID it is actually connected with the blockchain. An example of blockchain technology.
Blockchain actually is a online record ledger of the transactions. Transaction means anything, any transaction. For example, you're selling property, it's a transaction. You're exchanging money, it's a transaction. You're enrolled in a college, and you're studying, passing the one course after that, it's a transaction. Everything is a transaction. It keeps a online ledger of everything. So of course it keeps our identity also, right? Otherwise, how can it identify us in the first place? Either through some encrypted codes. When you when they join a university, they'll give you a ID number, right? The number is a number. Like that, probably it uses some sort of encrypted code to identify us.
Sir, what are the better solutions for EVMs, sir? Today it is more criticized because of we
Yes,
don't
sir.
know whether it is manipulated or not, but news are coming.
Yeah, there is a
What
possibility,
is
sir.
your opinion?
There is a possibility EVMs can be hacked, and so many people have demonstrated how it can be hacked. Okay, it is possible. But then again, we have a system. Not only we, even in US also, uh, the legal system is a bit ambiguous in so many things. We always think that the law will protect. The law, nobody can escape the law and all. That's only very nice to hear, but in reality, they just close their eyes. You see, today the High Court said, "Oh, we cannot do anything." It's not. The Supreme Court said, "Oh, it doesn't come in our jurisdiction because it's a constitutional matter and all." So
Okay, and yes, this
it is possible.
Okay, Septo is a delivery app, and then the advertisement, a drone camera, it is carrying the items and then delivering. So that's the advertisement. Zepto is a delivery app. So
Yeah.
I saw the advertisement for that app. So in that app, they have used drone camera, which is lifting and delivering the items. And I was just thinking of the Indian army. It could be any army throughout the world, each country. So the hardest secrets kept in army campuses, right? So this drone camera can enter into any campus now. So
Yes.
it can be a spy technology also. So what type of force it can actually cause in such a situation?
I will. Wonderful question, madam. I'll tell you one real time incident that happened. I think in 2020, I think just before the COVID, I was in Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia has got lots of enemies around. One of them are Houthis. They are from Yemen. Houthi, they're called Houthi rebels. These rebels are supported by Iran. Iran funds them, gives all the. Uh, so that's why Saudi Arabia uses very advanced protection technology. That means missile interceptors and all. Okay, if any missile comes, it intercepts. So they have very advanced protection mechanism. It's like literally like an Iron Dome kind of thing, like how Israel protects itself. Saudi Arabia also has got an Iron Dome kind of technology. That means nobody can fire any missile. The missile will be destroyed. But you know what they did? They didn't send any missiles.
Mhm.
They sent small drones. Small drones, very small drones, which cannot be detected by the radar, because
Correct.
they fly at a very low level. They came and dropped very small bombs into the oil refinery. And it's a petroleum refinery. Can you imagine one bomb itself can ignite, blast the whole thing, right?
Yeah,
Right?
true.
So
Correct.
the entire refinery got blasted into pieces. But this did not come into the news. This did not come in the news. Somewhere, I think one or two news channels, newspapers have covered it a bit, but it's actually a very big accident that happened just using the drones. I came to know because one of my friends was working in the ministry. He's a Saudi Arabian guy. He works for the ministry. He told me this is what happened. So they locked down the entire place. They told the media not to report it and all this stuff. But the smoke was coming, and all this nonsense happened. So drones can be very dangerous as well. There's currently we don't have any mechanism to control all these things.
Control. Mhm.
Of course,
Yeah,
there
it's
is
true.
these fall under certain legislations like privacy and all this stuff. But then
Mhm.
again, a crime is a crime only when it's reported, right?
Yeah,
It's like
true,
that.
true,
Yeah.
true. Plus, I think in India already 5 crore cases are pending. Judgment is not given.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
judgment
Actually,
delayed. It.
actually, AI can help in the law in clearing all these cases. A lot of cases can be cleared if there's a new technology that is coming, which is called AI lawyer, AI
Mhm.
legal
Okay.
system.
Okay.
That is really useful, madam. Because
Okay.
most of the cases are very simple cases which can be just solved just like that. You have a proper documentation. So AI can really assist in that. So leaving big cases to the judges and lawyers. All the smaller cases can be settled with AI.
In some cases, law cannot do anything, sir. For example, Pakistan is using drones for supplying drugs and guns to the Punjab area. So,
Yes.
in that situation, India made laws. How can you control the Pakistan?
We have to come with another technology which intercepts these drones, sir. Just like how we came up with missile interception technology, maybe with drones also we have to come up with something. Okay.
Okay, I've promoted some participants into panelist. If they come, probably they have something to share. And then with regard to the, what is that, the laws to catch hold of, nowadays digital arrest is also happening. Today I read a news that a old woman of uh, 78 was kept in digital arrest for a month, and then 3.8 crore they have taken from her, asking her to, monitoring through video call, asking her to go to the bank and transfer. In Mumbai, that lady comes from Mumbai. And
Yes.
then, our laws with regard to AI, even digital technology for that matter, it is not updated that fast, and then it
Yeah.
is not easy for each and every mistake that's happening in the cyber ecosystem to come out with the laws. By the time we come out with the law, and then the technology probably advanced into a new phase. And then some countries have come out with the laws, but it is like in short time they're becoming outdated, the laws, because new types of crimes are coming. Even I was about to fall prey, and then I thought, why don't I got that FedEx fraud call when I was in a conference like this. And then literally, I thought it is true. I initially said, no, 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 no. And then they were making me believe my Aadhaar card is used, I'm responsible. And then suddenly I
Yeah.
disconnected. When I browsed the net, I found already many people got cheated. But a retired principal from Nagarkoil recently got retired, and he received the call. And then I'm surprised to see this is the plight of the people in India. We are not aware that even fraud calls are come. So many alerts from the bank and other places sent as messages and then as alerts. Yet we don't pay attention to that. All the pension amount he lost, 25 lakhs. And then it is because of the FedEx scam call. And then
Yeah.
every day it's increasing, people falling prey to that. And then I think the teaching learning community, we have larger responsibility on our shoulder. And then we have to be awake, we have to learn. And otherwise, what are we going to teach? Because the future world is going to be worse than the now. The choice is not between good and bad, it's between bad and worse. So it's going to be worse than now.
Yeah. One more thing I want to share, madam. Actually, there is a Indian student who's studying in MIT, I think, if I'm not wrong. He wrote a book called AI Snake Oil. He says AI is all hype. It's not going to affect us in any way, which may be true. So just now, one of the sirs, I forgot his name. He wrote that there is always a good side and bad side. Don't need to be worried about the bad side, which is correct. I fully agree with him. Don't need to be afraid of the AI, because most of the things which I shared are only just the predictions. It may not come, it may not be in reality. But then again, you should always be prepared for the worst, right? Just now I gave example of Kodak and Nokia. If the change doesn't happen faster, we may be at the losing end. So with that, I hand over the control to Ms. Razula. Thank you all for patiently listening to this. And we are running short of time. Otherwise, there is a scope for lengthy discussion. Probably, if we are all in one room, then we would have had a very productive discussion on this. Thank you, Ms. Razula, for inviting me, and
Very,
it's really an honor.
very informative, sir. We got much more information.
Thank you, sir.
I'm immensely thankful to you, Dr. Joshua George, for sparing your precious time from among your busiest schedule to grace this FDP course, and very informative, very knowledgeable. You've really lot of experience. Your latest also in sharing the knowledge, like very much updated the content of your presentation. So we wholeheartedly thank you so much for that. And it's a wonderful opportunity to hear your thoughts. And I'm sure this will surely be going to encourage all the participants to learn more about, update themselves, and then what they can learn and then share, and then the takeaway from this conference. So we are really grateful to you, and definitely we look forward many more opportunity, and we have one more opportunity tomorrow. Tomorrow again, Dr. Joshua George is going to address this FDP. So thank you for being with us today and all that you contributed in this webinar floor. And we have come.
Rajula ma'am, one thing.
Well, and we have come to the conclusion of this FDP. And on behalf of the PG and Research Department of Commerce, Rani Anna Government College of Women, Tirunelveli, and Globatics Academy, Geneva, Switzerland, we extend thanks to each and every one of you, and also special thanks to the course curator, Dr. John Methusala. Thank you, dear participants, for your time and patience. We are extremely privileged to have you all here today, and have a good evening. Tomorrow again, we will meet at the same time, 6 p.m. Indian time.